What is going on, guys? DBG here, and this video I'm going to be telling you how to pretty much win every single game of MyTEAM Online that you play. You know what you're thinking if you're a subscriber. I am really bad at the game. I haven't won in whatever 14 games. Well, that would be wrong. I am on something like a 10-game winning streak, and I have yet to lose since I've started doing this tactic. I'm going to show you the tactic in the highlights, and then I'm going to show you the best players to use. So these are the highlights of the game. I'm going to explain what I'm doing now. The first and most important tip, which I actually forgot to mention the first time recording the voiceover, is just to use 5 out. The AI cannot guard 5 out. So this tactic, I like to call it the Rio Grande Valley Vipers tactic, because the only way I can justify playing it, and it's only threes and layups. Your main option is always the 3-pointer. Because once you get a few of them, they're worth the extra points. Teams cannot guard you on the outside. They gotta jump, they gotta pressure everything, which means you get easy dunks. Obviously, you can go to the basket if you want. If you don't have a guy who can't shoot, you can go to the basket. But main thing, without doubt, is to get them threes up. Because if you have 3-point shooters, they'll go in. If you don't have a shot open, just wait a couple of seconds. The AI defense is so bad, you should be okay. And as always, if you're being guarded, pass and then just set a 5 out again. Because more than likely you'll be able to go straight to the basket with whoever you pass it to. Big thing is shoot when you're open. If you see here, I thought I was open, I wasn't, and it's an air ball. Only shoot when you're wide open. Whether that's first, second of the shot clock, end of the shot clock, doesn't really matter. For mid-range shots, I'd advise you not to really take many, but if it's something like these, where your players are wide open and they spot up there, you can't pass them up. But still, again, you want to get them threes up. It's your only real chance. Lastly, pick a player you're comfortable with. If you're looking here, Kirk Heinrich, I love his release. That is why I use him over pretty much anyone, no matter what his rating is. So yeah, just as a quick note, 5 out plays and running with a team of shooters are almost unstoppable in this game. Obviously, yes, it is cheese, but to be honest, it's in the game and it's a way to win. It is pretty much unguardable, because if any of their players helps you in and you have a team of shooters, you can shoot open shots all game. There's a reason why TJ beats everyone. There's a reason why Crymouse has a 196 to like 8 record. 5 out is cheese. And just as a bonus, here's some 2K logic. I inbound the ball, 24 seconds left in the shot clock. Side I'll walk it over. Nope, 8 seconds after 3. So anyway, the best players to use at the point guard position is probably the one where you can have the most choice. You can either use a player like Steph Curry, who I probably would use, or you can use a player like Michael Ray Richardson, who is a really good defender and can attack the basket. Or if not, you can use, if you have a little bit of MT, you can use one like better Giannis's, or you can use someone like Giannis who can just go to the basket and score. Magic Johnson's another good one to use because he can just post up and score. Pretty much you just want any player that can score in an ISO situation, whether that's shooting or getting to the basket. So yeah, I'm going to use Curry. At the 2 guard, you have to get a shooter. This is all personal preference, because 3-point ratings don't mean that much from what I've seen. Like Quentin Richardson, a lot of people love him. I hate this card. It's got a 94 open shot 3. Obviously, if I've got Curry, I'm going to use a Klay Thompson here, but I'm not that big a fan of Klay. At the 3, again, you want someone that can shoot, preferably someone that can play defense. I had been using Terrence Ross, but his defense wasn't great. But now I use Rick Fox there. I really like this card. 89 defense. I can shoot the 3 ball, 84 3. He can go to the basket. He knew pretty much everything on offense that is needed of just a glue guy. He's not going to score 20 points, but he's still okay. But yeah, I have him in. At the 4 and 5, you want shooters. Preferably shooters that can block shots. So if you can get one of the better Anthony Davis cards, he's one of the best to have in here. But anyway, I use Serge Ibaka just because I bought him for 1,000 coins. I'm not a biggest fan of him. Even though he does have an open shot mid-range of 88 and open shot 3 of 79, he doesn't hit that many shots for me, but he does seem to play decent defense. I'm not sure. I think his block shot is decent. 89, yeah, so he gets a lot of blocks. And at the center, you can use, obviously I like to use someone like a Channing Frye, his silver card, but probably the best option here would be someone like an Al Horford, who has got an 84 shot 3 and an 89 block, or someone like a Marc Gasol, who has got, when he's paired up with Mike Conley, he's just incredible. 84 shot 3, really good free throw, Even though his block isn't good, his shot contest is very good at 90. So I'm going to put Al Horford in here. So they're really the type of players you can use. If you have come out with this starting five, I don't know, off the bench, run Mike Conley at the 2, a player. And the biggest thing with shooters is, when I'm saying it's all personal preference, is that ratings don't mean as much as you think. It's all about which players you shoot best with. Like, I have Peja Stojakovic, 6'9", really good offensively, open shot 3 of 92. And personally, I use Kirk Heinrich. I love this card, and even though it does only have an open shot 3 of 86, I just can't miss with him. He's so good. Like you saw from the highlights, 3 green releases in a row with this guy. At the 3, I don't know, a shooter. Probably the best player to use here is someone like, if you don't have MT, which is what this is, if you have more MT, more power to you. Someone like a Kawhi Leonard is probably best to use here. Just a poor man's Rick Fox, in my opinion. At the 4, I like to use Kevin Love. But again, this is where you can use, if you like Matt Bonner's release, you can use them. If you like Dirk, you can use them. If you have more MT, you can get so many better players. I use Kevin Love. The 5, then that's where we go with Marc Gasol. And your last 3 spots off the bench are actually important as well. Because if this tactic is not working, you're going to need someone who can get to the basket and score. Because everyone knows that that is still important. Even though, in my opinion, using this tactic, it's not necessary, it's not needed, it's still important. So, you got to go with a player that can just attack the basket and score. So again, I like using Terrence Ross. Then, even though you do have Kawhi Leonard and Rick Fox for defense, and these 2 guys, you need a legit defensive center. Because neither Marc Gasol or Al Horford are going to block a lot of shots. So this is where a lot of people would end up using like a Hassan Whiteside, Ruby Dwight, Emerald DeAndre Jordan, stuff like that. But personally, or even Manute Bol, Sean Bradley, I prefer Andrew Bogut to all of them. I don't know why, I just do. And last spot I always have for just a pure shooter, and my favourite one release wise is Anthony Morrow. So yeah, this is a team where if you look at it, it's not an expensive team. It's about 25k max, and you can make this team way cheaper by, and you can replace Curry with this Dragic. This Dragic is really good. You can replace Clay with any CJ McCollum. Then you can replace, he's 2k, he's 1k, he's 1.5k. Replace Mike Conley, because on a bad day Mike Conley's expensive, on a good day he's cheap, so not that big a deal. But I don't know, replace Mike Conley with Michael Ray Richardson, 2k. Replace Marc Gasol with power forward with Channing Frye. This team becomes like a 15 to 20k squad, and it can beat God squads. Trust me, this squad can be pretty much anybody. If you play, like I've said in the tips, this is the squad that can beat pretty much any God squad. So anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.